This time, yeah, we will be discussing something about the ecological pyramids or efficiency of pyramids. Both terms are used in books, so I will both are on that. What is the efficiency of the pyramids or what are ecological pyramids? Again, if you see the Venn diagram, triangular, that is the primary producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary, and top producer. And it shows also level of the energy, that is the energy lost in a stepwise manner. So we now discuss it in detail. Uh, Please like, share, and subscribe. This course is not a commercial course, so this is meant free for the students. Botany, ecology, various subjects where botany start. Ecological efficiencies means it is the ratio between the energy flow at different points along the food chain expressed as percentages and called ecological efficiencies. The ratio between energy flow at different points, that is point number one, two, three, herbivore, carnivore, carnivore, secondary, and so on, along the food chain, which is expressed in percentages. This expression is called ecological efficiencies. Ecological efficiencies are related to the metabolism and size of the individual. So again, this is another way. The efficiency means कहते हैं आपकी कितनी efficiency है, कितनी ताकत है, कितनी हिम्मत है ताकि आप ये काम कर सकें. So ecological efficiencies are related to metabolism, metabolic rate, and size of the individuals. Individuals का size, छोटा size, बड़ा size, हाथी का और बैक्टीरिया का, हाथी का और चूहे का size different होगा. इनकी efficiencies भी different. An ecological pyramid shows the relationship between consumers and producers at different trophic levels in an ecosystem. Pyramid अपने टीवी में प्रोग्राम देखो प्रोग्राम में मिसल है तो उसमें आप देखेंगे तीन चार किस्म के तीन चार पैरामिड्स बने हुए हैं दुनिया के उस जमाने में और अभी तक उसमें रिसर्च हो रही है कैसे बनी क्यों बनी किस मकसद के लिए बनी. सो बहुत ही कौनी शक्ल की जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो पैरामिड कहलाती है. सो पैरामिड की बेस चौड़ा होता है टिप छोटी होती है. An ecological pyramid shows relationship between consumers and producers at different trophic levels in the ecosystem. Different trophic levels मतलब है gross level, producer level है, फिर herbivore level है, carnivore level है, tertiary and so on. It shows the relative amount of energy or matter contained at each trophic level. Again, since we are saying efficiency, ताकत, it shows relative amounts of energy. इस आपस में proportion क्या है energy, नीचे level में कितनी energy है, ऊपर के level में. So each level has its own cumulative energy level. These pyramids show which level has the most energy, highest energy, and the highest number of organisms. So highest number of organisms, well, if we have more energy in a level that can support more organism. If we have a less energy, that can support less organism. So घर की मिसाल ले लें कि जी if you have cattle and if you have more grasses, food, crops for them, you can keep more organisms, more animals, more cattle. But if you have less grass, you would keep one or two animals. So this is the role of the pyramid, and these pyramids indicate which level has most energy and the highest number of the organisms. This is a pyramid you can see. Let's say energy producers, 100% energy is there. This is grassland. Now, energy of primary consumers is 10% is transferred. Limited 10% is a to say 1%. Nothing may control. Now you imagine the lowest tier can support many organisms, many individuals. Next would have energy of 10%, so fewer organisms. And this green one, it has 1% energy. Energy at the secondary category. Top consumers 1.1% energy threshold. As we go higher, we said in the beginning that 3 to 4, 5 tiers would be there. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the blue is the fourth tier. We cannot have fifth tier point 1. If we go higher up, it would be 0.01, which is an energy which can support even not even a single organism. There is another word, standing crop. स्टैंडिंग क्रॉप खड़ी फसल आपने देखा होगा देहातों में खासकर फ्रूट क्रॉप्स टोबैको में हमारे इलाके में फसल खड़ी होती है बेच देती है फ्रूट बेच देती है फसल बेच देती है कटाई नहीं होगी सो दैट इज अ स्टैंडिंग क्रॉप the standing crop is expressed as the total dry weight or total caloric content of the organism present at any given time, which can be supported by a steady flow of energy in a food chain that depends upon the size of the individual organism. So, आप देखें if you sell an orchard of apple or an orchard of fruit, you get the money, the buyer will maintain it. But if hail occurs, storms occurs, something natural hazard occurs, that will be destroyed. Crop will be destroyed. So it is total dry weight or total calorie content at a certain given time, not all the time. Smaller organisms, greater the metabolic rate per gram, per calorie of organism. We said in the beginning that size of the organism plays a role. Smaller the organism, greater the metabolic rate per organism per calorie of carbohydrates. Bacteria आप देखें कि within 20-25 minutes multiplies. Elephant may multiply after 60 years, 50 years. That too with one kid. So smaller organisms, they have a higher metabolic rate per gram. Our kids, our children, our bachchan, they breathe heavily. Their respiratory rate is high. That is the metabolic rate is high. They need food many times, not one time, two times. All the time they keep on eating. Smaller organisms they keep on eating all the day. The smaller the organism, smaller the biomass, that can be supported at a particular profit level ecosystem. अब कौन बात आती है कि स्मॉलर ऑर्गेनिज्म तो उसका बायोमास भी स्मॉल आप छोटे बर्ड को कितने भी बड़ा दे दे उसने उतना ही रहना है। छोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म को, चूहे को कितने भी फूड देते हैं, हर वक्त खा रहा होता है, but size does not increase, biomass does not increase. लेकिन अगर आप चिक को फूड देंगे तो वो बड़ा हो जाएगा, it would grow up in space, in size. So the interaction of food chain phenomena, that is loss of energy at each transfer step. There is always a loss of energy. Each transfer, only 10% energy is transferred to the higher data, and the size metabolism relations results in a definite trophic structure in natural communities. ये जो है कि size और food chain phenomena, loss of energy at a transfer step, and the size metabolic rate results in definite structure in natural communities, which are specific for a particular ecosystem, such as pond, lake, forest, desert. So they are there. Trophic structure can be described either in terms of standing crop per unit area or in terms of energy fixed per unit area at successive trophic levels. The graphic presentation is definition, and if this definition is converted into graphic structure, the graphic presentation of trophic structure, trophic functions called ecological parameters. Ecological parameters are graphic presentation of trophic structure and trophic function. It shows relationship between organisms with respect to their trophic level. Trophic level means food level, energy level, how much food is available, how much energy is available. First production level forms the base, and successive level tiers they make the move to the base. There are three types of ecological parameters. Ecological parameters think types. Pyramid of numbers, in which we do the counting. Pyramid of biomass, in which the energy of biomass is weighed. Pyramid of energy, in which we consider energy. These three they differ from each other because the numerical value, weight value, energy value differs. Or the kind of energy which we are determining, the kind of uh, parameter which we are using, that is different. Parameter of numbers. Number क्या है जी? It is the graphic representation of the number of individuals or organisms in various trophic level. This means how much individuals are present in each, कितनी grasses हैं, 100 grasses. नेक्स्ट स्टेप में herbivore देख लेते हैं कि 50 herbivores. नेक्स्ट स्टेप में आप देखें 25 carnivores. नेक्स्ट स्टेप में आप देखें कि जी 10 tertiary carnivores. अब ये this thing which we are considering in terms of number is the graphic presentation of the number of the individuals, organisms in various trophic levels. Pyramid of number is affected by the geometrical fact that great number of small organisms may equal to one large organism. इसमें geographical aspect involved है. आप देखें कि अगर आप गंदम की बात करते हैं, गंदम 1000 दाने गंदम के, 1000 grains of wheat, they cannot be or they can be accumulated in one large squash, in one large pumpkin, in one large bag. Or if you fill a bag with grains of wheat, rye, maize, thousands, maybe sometimes rye can be less, but the same bag may contain only 4, 6, 5 watermelons, 3 to 4 or 5 pumpkins. That would be there. So geometrical aspect is there. Smaller the organism, lesser would be the space occupied. For example, 100 small herbs may equal to one large tree. छोटे herbs पौधे ग्रास ले लें वो एक बड़े दरख्त के बराबर हो सकती है या उससे कम हो. This is graphic representation. We say 200,000 producers. This would be grass. 100,000 herbivores, 200 carnivores, and only 10 second order. If you go higher up, it may be one or two top carnivores. Pyramid of numbers are taken producers. See the space. The green one is the producers. Primary consumer is the red one. Pink one is secondary consumers. And tertiary is the orange color. Again, one big it can be inverted, cannot be inverted. Think of this last one. That is one big tree. It can accommodate lot of plants, lot of insects, more blue areas. Blue areas where this would provide food for the birds. Birds would be lesser. Large birds would be lesser. So pyramid of numbers can be a true pyramid like the first two, or it can be inverted. Pyramid of numbers shows even if the weight of large organism is equal to small organisms, the number of small organisms is still greater than the large ones. कहते हैं कि एक दरख्त का वजन या एक कद्दू का वजन और एक पेठा का वजन या एक पंपकिन का वजन 10 किलो है. ओनली वन 10 किलो. लेकिन अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म स्मॉल है दूसरे वो 10 नहीं होंगे, एक नहीं होंगे, टू मैनी होंगे. Pattern of energy flow through the small and large organism differs because of the metabolic rate, because of the energy accumulation, because of the energy consumption. Pattern of energy flow through the small and large organisms differ. इसको आप इस तरह ले लें कि हम सांस जो लेते हैं हमारे छोटे बच्चे सांस लेते हैं तो small kids they respire very quickly, very swiftly, more energetic. हम सांस आस्था लेते हैं. They can run fast, we cannot run fast. Some since energy is rapid at every transfer step, less energy is available to the higher traffic. We have said this in the beginning that at every transfer step, 80 to 90% energy is lost, only 10% is converted to the high level. So as the number of level increases, so highest level would be have lesser one. That number shows that even if the weight of a large organism is equal to small organisms, the number of smaller organisms is still greater than the larger. अगर हम ये कहें जी कि किसी एक एनिमल का, किसी एक पौधे का, किसी एक ऑर्गेनिज्म का वजन बहुत ज़्यादा है, वो एक है, लेकिन उसी वजन में बहुत सारे छोटे आ सकते हैं. एक बड़ा कद्दू और अंगूर के दाने वजन एक जैसा होगा, लेकिन अंगूर के दाने बहुत ज्यादा होंगे, गंदम के दाने बहुत ज्यादा होंगे, सेब के दाने कम होंगे, और वाटरमेलन के दाने कम होंगे. The pattern of energy flow through the small and large organisms. ये जो पैटर्न ऑफ एनर्जी फ्लो है, flowing through the small and large organisms differ करते हैं. They don't have the same respiratory rate. They don't have the same physiological rate. Since energy is lost at every transfer step, because we have been saying that 80 to 90% of the energy is lost, only 10% is transferred to the next higher step. So, other number of steps, if they are more, then the top step would have lesser energy. The inverse size metabolic rate pattern affects pyramid of other inverse metabolic rates pattern of pyramid change. The form of the pyramid of numbers depends upon whether the producer organisms are small, such as phytoplankton, grass, or edaphic algae, or large trees like pines and mulberry or banyan trees. So this is the crux. It can be true pyramid or an inverted. So pyramids are always of two types. True pyramid, बिल्कुल conical, या inverted. Pyramid of numbers are overemphasizes the importance of small organisms. नंबर चूंकि ज्यादा होता है स्मॉल ऑर्गेनिजम्स, जाहिर है कि उसका जोर, उसका एम्फेसिस, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस छोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म को है. इस तरह के हम कह सकते हैं कि इस खेत में इतनी चिड़िया हैं, 100 चिड़िया हैं, 100 sparrows are there, but only one elephant is there. For example, 1,000 ants or algal or bacterial cells are less than one tree goat or a goat. This is another example. Pyramid of biomass. अब हम बात करते हैं बायोमास की. नंबर नहीं ले रहे, वेट ले रहे. वेट कितनी? Biomass means body weight. Biomass refers to an organism's earth weight or the total mass of an organism at a certain trophic level. किसी trophic level पे किसी organism का जो weight है, जाहिर है कि this would be different at the first level, second level, third level, fourth level. छोटा हाथी का बच्चा वजन कम होगा, उससे लेवल नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाएगा, ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, बड़े हाथी का बहुत हो जाएगा. Only a portion of the energy absorbed, taken by the organism, is stored as biomass, since they utilized energy for their daily activities. So, a portion of the energy is absorbed, taken, converted into their biomass. और क्यों? क्योंकि एनर्जी जो है डेली एक्टिविटीज में यूज. pyramid of biomass is based on total dry weight. इसमें total dry weight हो सकता है, fresh weight हो सकता है, caloric values हो सकता है, या कोई और वैल्यू मेजर ऑफ लिविंग मटेरियल हो सकता है. मसलन फ्रूट्स का वेट जब करते हैं, फ्रेश करते हैं, ग्रेन्स का वेट करते हैं, ड्राई करते हैं, आटे आटे का वेट ड्राई करते हैं, या फिर एनर्जी लेवल देखते हैं कि एनर्जी कितनी है. इट हैज एन improvement over the pyramid of numbers because the effect of geometric factors are. इसमें geometric factors की जो एलिमेंट है वो खत्म हो जाता है, सिर्फ वेट रहता है. It shows the quantitative relationship. क्वांटिटी कितनी है, वेट डिपेंड्स ऑन द क्वांटिटी, उसमें कितनी क्वांटिटी. outstanding crop at various levels. पैरामीटर ऑफ बायोमास आप देखें, प्रोड्यूसर्स येलो में है, प्राइमरी ग्रीन में है, सेकेंडरी डार्क ग्रीन में है, टर्शरी ऑलिव ग्रीन में है। इस तरफ आप देखें ड्राई वेट देखें कि 585 kg per meter square, 77 kg per meter square, 12 or 1 pound. Parameter biomass for grassland. ये true parameter grassland. Grassland में producers grasses ज़्यादा होते हैं, consumers ज़्यादा होते हैं. लेकिन as we go higher up, number of the consumer producers, we have not said number, we have said weight of the consumer, total weight which are found in the secondary level over 12 kg. Secondary level पे है. So pyramid of biomass gives a rough idea of the overall effects of the food chain relationship for the ecological group. If the sizes of the different organisms at successive levels do not differ greatly, true pyramid group, अगर इनके साइज डिफर न करें, बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस न हो, मसलन बकरियां हैं और हिरन है या गोट है, तो साइज इतना डिफर नहीं करते, ट्रू पैरामीटर बन सकते। लेकिन अगर वो एनिमल्स एक तरफ बकरियां हैं, दूसरी तरफ गाय बैल है, तीसरी तरफ हाथी हैं, तो डेफिनेटली उनका वेट नंबर सब कुछ डिफर करेगा। Pyramid of biomass can be converted also. उसकी वजह ये है कि sometimes if the organisms of lower tier average much smaller than those of upper tier, then inverted parameters phytoplankton. Phytoplankton नंबर में बहुत ज़्यादा, लेकिन ये zooplankton से छोटे होते हैं। zooplankton आज यहाँ पर अगर बायोमास हम करेंगे तो फाइटोप्लैंक्टन का वेट कम आएगा, zooplankton का वेट ज़्यादा। इससे ऊपर अगर आप जाएंगे छोटी फिशेज होंगी, शायद रेट कम हो जाए। If producers are small, consumers are large size, then it should be inverted. Inverted pyramid of biomass more emphasizes the importance of the large organism. Biomass वाला pyramid जो है more emphasizes large organisms, जबकि pyramid of numbers से पहले जो आया वो छोटे organism को ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस देगा। जैसे 1000 चींटियाँ हैं, यहाँ पर हम 1000 चींटी के बजाय कह सकते थे कि 10 इंसेक्ट्स हैं। अब आते हैं एक और ट्रू पैरामीटर की तरफ, पैरामीटर ऑफ एनर्जी, जिसमें ताकत कितनी है, एनर्जी कितनी है जो कि हमें मिलेगी। इट शोज द रेट ऑफ एनर्जी फ्लो और प्रोडक्टिविटी, प्रोडक्शन कितनी, सक्सेसिव ट्रैफिक लेवल्स। It is always an upright pyramid shape provided all sources of energy in the system are considered. ये उल्टा नहीं हो सकता, ये upright pyramid होगा, त्रिकोणीय शेप का होगा, always provided एक शर्त इसमें है कि तमाम सोर्सेज ऑफ एनर्जी जो है वो हम कंसिडर कर रहे हैं। अगर इसमें से कोई तोड़ फोड़ के ले जाता है, ग्रेजिंग हो जाती है, इंसेक्ट आ जाते हैं, तो फिर ये फर्क पड़ेगा। This is an example. शुरू वाला आप देखें कि सनलाइट है येलो, 1 लाख ज़्यादा जूल एनर्जी है, 10,000 जूल एनर्जी लेवल 2 पे है, डिक्रीज ऑफ एनर्जी बाय ऑर्डर ऑफ 2 मैग्नीट्यूड, which is a grass level, grasses है। then third level जो है 10% जूल है, is only 10% would be converted, तो 1000 जूल है, again 10% would be converted, 100 Julia, again 10% per 10 Jews. इस तरफ आप देख लें कि प्राइमरी प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं, प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स हैं, secondary consumers हैं, tertiary consumers हैं. Parameter of energy gives the best picture of functional nature of the ecosystem. The number and rate of the organisms that can be supported by any level depends on the rate of energy flowing through, that is the amount of food that is produced or available. Parameter of energy represents transfer of food mass through a food chain. Energy flow provides a more suitable index for comparing the index or comparing the system. You can say 10,000 calories of kilocalories they are present at the producer level. कम होंगे 100 पे आ जाएगा, फर्दर कम 1000 पे आ जाएगा, फर्दर कम होंगे 100 पे आ जाएगा, 10 पे आ जाएगा. As we go higher up, the red line आप देखें तो decreasing rate of energy. अब ये इसको उल्टा करेंगे आप zero को तो that would be number of the organism would decrease, which can be supported by this. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any question, please contact me on the following given